So I jumped into bed with Satan the other day. She's been a malevolent whisper since I was 13. She prodded. What's the worst that can happen? Besides, we need to find out what all the hype is about. Ever since that one fortnight, she continues to feed my compulsions. Somehow, she knew my greatest weakness before I even realized I was imperfect. Now this is not a story of strength, but an admission of guilt. I gorged in temptation like the sky accepts the sun daily. Given the slightest opportunity, I answered that call from the hip so much to the point where I'm no longer a man of free will, but an indentured body operating to sustain an addiction. A vessel for indiscretion. When the serpent calls, I must feed the beast. For the tinge, feed the craving, go about my day. For the tinge, feed the craving, go about my day. For the tinge, feed the craving, go about my day. For the tinge, feed the craving, go about my day. It is not an operation, but an option. It is not an option, but an operation that I have limited control of. So much so, to the point where I jumped into bed with Satan the other day. As I mentioned before, this is not a story of strength, but an admission of guilt. She introduced herself as Lucy. She said she'd make my wildest of dreams come true in the most literal of sense. And she devoured me with her weak hand in my wallet and the other gripping at the inner conscience of my chest. And after we were all done, all I can do was lie. And she soon offered me a cup of water, a paradoxical sentiment which I vehemently refused. Now, if only I learned to do that from the beginning. And as I began to gather my things, she soon spoke in an echoous familiar tone to the ironic sound of, why are you even here? You know, you really need to get your shit together. And to that, I had no response. I just continued about my day. But that was then. And I do not regret my decisions that day. I do not regret that fortnight at 13, and I do not regret this story. I just needed to get some things off of my chest. Thank you.